Sudhanshu Trivedi, no one's talking about Sushant Singh Rajput's death. Apart from Manoj Tiwari, very few leaders, whether it's in the BJP, JDU, RJD, Congress, are even bothering to mention his death. What happened? This was supposed to be one of the burning issues of this election.
Rahul, the people were saying correct, there should not be politics on the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. But politics has started from where? The only death case in which the investigation was going on, and neither the Mumbai police was giving an official statement nor the government of Maharashtra. The spokesperson of the ruling party was giving a statement. We know that this is suicide. And not only this, even they were inferring without any investigation or without giving any logic of the investigation that Sushant Singh Rajput ke father ka bhi character assassination ho gaya. So politics started from here. Why the political spokespersons were giving one after another and keeping on giving a statement on the tragic death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Obviously, the politics started from there, and Congress party kept mum. They keep on supporting them. And finally, I would like to add one more thing. Supriya ji has asked JDU representative that Chirag Paswan is asking that he will put Nitish Kumar in jail. But Congress is already an ally with the person who is in jail, who is already in jail and perpetually in jail. So I think if the issue of jail
Manisha Priya, the issue of the death of Sushant Singh Rajput, if you look at what happened on social media or on TV, WhatsApp over the past 4 months, you'd imagine that that will be the issue that will set Bihar ablaze. You know, virtually no leader is talking about it. In his village, people would rather talk about jobs than they would about the politics around SSR's death. Why do you think that's the case? Why is this not resonating as an electoral issue?
So, because the people of Bihar are mature enough to understand that Sushant Singh had a place in their hearts, his death was grieved by them, but the manner in which the whole thing was taken up by the then DGP, I mean, remember that DGP resigned and joined JDU. So, the people of Bihar understood that death is to be mourned. A public personality who had a place in their hearts remains a very affectionate image in their hearts, but the politicization of it was rejected. People are talking issues, and those who try to politicize it can reflect in their own moments of loneliness, because the DGP wasn't even then given a ticket by the JDU. Okay. So I couldn't really understand what the objective of that politicization was.
You know,
and therefore I truly believe that there was an attempt from day one. There was an attempt from day one to have emotive issues on the front, and people have genuine issues about the lockdown, about unemployment, and even a runaway leader like Tejasvi with no background in politics of protest, politics of people on the streets, is now coming up with an agenda, and that's what's clearly unnerving Nitish, having done so much protest politics, having done so much governance-related rule in Bihar today. The plate is being taken away by youngsters who have had no past in either protest or people's issues politicking, and they are the ones who are taking the issues away.
Supriya, why is it that you think that Sushant Singh Rajput's death is not resonating as an electoral issue this time around in Bihar?
I mean, I hope it never does, and I will say that for a reason. We're all human beings, and I agree with Manisha Priyam. Deaths are to be mourned, they are to be grieved over. They don't have to be politicized, and they don't definitely have to be used for political motives. The BJP can't get away with the fact that the first posters of the BJP for the Bihar elections had Sushant's picture on it. I mean, what were you doing with the death of a tragic actor? And which is why people on the ground are saying this is not an issue. He died a tragic death. Let him rest in peace. They don't believe the CBI, the BJP. They don't believe AIMS. They cast aspersions if you say this could have been suicide. The reality is joblessness is the biggest issue in Bihar. How people were treated in the lockdown is the biggest issue in Bihar. You can keep living in denial and try and politicize and put his pictures during campaign. It did not resonate. You have completely dumped him now. And we were expecting this to happen.
Okay, somebody just informed me, Supriya, on social media that it's your birthday. And the first thought that struck me was that why is she even on TV? This is when you should be with your family.
I'm in Bihar.
Having a nice dinner with everyone. And well, such is Sudhanshu ji. This happens often in a politician's life. Instead of, you know, if she was on TV, she'd be chilling with her family. I'm pretty much certain of that. Here she is, hours before phase 1. On her birthday out. So here's wishing you a happy birthday, and thanks for coming in on your big day. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Supriya Srinath, Manisha Priyam, Yashwant Deshmukh and Sunil Singh for joining us on the Newstrack. Thank you very much. May the best man, woman or party win. Tomorrow is when the people of Bihar will decide what matters most to them. This is, make no mistake, a fascinating election, and you're on absolutely the right destination if you want to know what's happening on the ground in this election.